The sea is no stranger to shocking encounters. Whether it's a shark creeping up on fishermen or massive sea creatures causing chaos in the depths. Dive along to witness terrifying underwater surprises that will leave you stunned. While in a submarine exploring the deep ocean, a group of people had an incredible experience. No, I am not exaggerating. The submarine's red lights caught the attention of a huge shark. It swam closer to see what was happening. The crew was as the giant shark circled around the submarine, and it was clear that the thing was quite curious. It was a very rare moment, as sharks usually don't get this close to submarines. The dark ocean made the shark seem even bigger as it moved around the submarine in the red light.
Eat the gun.
She's trying to. Whoa.
Mysterious eyes. A man set up a camera deep in the ocean to capture underwater life. At first, everything seemed calm, but then something unusual happened. The man realized that a large creature was above them, trying to avoid the light. To see more clearly, they turned off the lights. Suddenly, two glowing eyes appeared in the distance. When they turned the lights back on, the lower part of the creature could be seen clearly in the footage. Many people online thought it might be a giant turtle. The glowing eyes were really mysterious, right? Clever escape. Moving on, in this next video, a local was fishing and reeling in catch after catch when something unusual tugged on his line. At first, he thought it was just another fish, but as he brought it closer, he realized it was an octopus. The creature was large and moved quickly, making it hard for the man to reel it in. He tried to secure the catch, but the octopus was too clever. It used its slippery tentacles and managed to free itself from the hook. The person just stood there, surprised, as the octopus vanished back into the water. These ocean creatures don't give up too easily, do they? Megalodon sighting. If the last video was not enough proof that Megalodon exists, then this might just convince you. During a deep-sea expedition, researchers captured rare footage of what appeared to be a Megalodon. This huge predator was caught on video, filmed miles beneath the ocean surface. You can see the massive shadow moving through the water. Megalodons is believed to grow up to 60 feet long, and it was ocean's apex predators millions of years ago, before they went extinct. However, sightings like this have led some to wonder if these ancient sharks might still swim in the deep waters today. I mean, 95% of the waters are still undiscovered, so it makes sense. Deep discovery.
What did you think when you saw this and when you filmed it at the time?
Well, I looked at it and I just knew I was looking into the face of another intelligence, another species like us.
While exploring the ocean in a submarine, a man was filming underwater life when something strange happened. A webbed hand suddenly slapped against the window, surprising him. As he looked closely, he saw that the creature had a tail, making it look like a mermaid. The creature stayed for a short time, almost as if it was curious about the submarine. After a few moments, it disappeared into the deep water, leaving the man in shock. Could this finally be the proof of a mermaid? I really do think so. Caught the Kraken. In this video, fishermen found a massive octopus stranded on the beach. The bright red creature, weighing over 1,000 pounds, had enormous tentacles stretching across the sand. Its sheer size left the team shocked as they carefully observed and tried to estimate its length. The footage captures every eerie detail of the giant octopus, creating suspense as it lay motionless. Then, the truth hits. This wasn't just any octopus. It was the legendary Crackenus gigantum, a mythical creature said to guard underwater secrets and only surface when the ocean's balance is in danger. Is this real? Battle with Grouper. A group of friends was out fishing in the ocean when one of them cast his line into the water. Moments later, he felt a massive pull, a force so strong it had to be something huge. As they struggled to reel it in, the line grew tighter, and the fish fought back hard. After what felt like forever, he finally got it close enough to see, and it turned out to be a giant grouper. An impressive and massive catch. But before they could celebrate, the fish used its strength to break free, slipping back into the ocean and leaving everyone stunned by its sheer power. Giant octopus! While near the Florida coast, a few locals on their way to work came across an octopus with its big, red body wrapped around a pole. Its tentacles were huge, reaching out in all directions. The octopus was much larger than anyone expected. I mean, just look at that thing. The octopus's red color and strong grip on the pole made it stand out even more. It must have been a really special moment for those who witnessed it. Surprise visitor. Two friends were enjoying a peaceful cruise in the ocean when, out of nowhere, a large shark leaped out of the water and landed on the front of their yacht. Just imagine how scary that must have been. The sight of the massive shark startled them. It did not just stay there. The shark thrashed around like it was enjoying its time out of water. It stayed there briefly before slipping back into the water. I am sure no one would have expected this surprise visitor to make an appearance like this. Mystery fish. Next up, while fishing in the Pacific Ocean, a man caught this strange fish. And when I say strange, I mean it. The fish didn't look like anything they had seen before. Its appearance was so unusual that they started wondering if it was a mutant fish. The features of the fish didn't match any known species, which made it even more mysterious. Everyone tried to figure out what kind of fish it was, but no one could identify it. What kind of fish could it be? More importantly, where did it come from? I have so many questions. Shark surprise.
Get that? Holy
While fishing off the coast of Maine, a group of fishermen had a surprising experience when a short-fin mako shark suddenly jumped into their boat. The mako shark is known for being the fastest shark in the ocean. It can grow up to 12 feet long and weigh over 200 pounds. Mako sharks are also famous for their ability to leap out of the water, and during this encounter, it showed its strength and agility. The fishermen were shocked by the sudden leap, but were not hurt. Mermaid catch. A group of fishermen made a discovery that's hard to believe, yet impossible to ignore. As they hauled in their net, they found something truly extraordinary. A creature that looked like a real-life mermaid. No joke, a mermaid. It fought like crazy, flailing around so much that the fishermen struggled to keep control. But the strength of this thing was unreal. Before they could even get a better look, the net slipped right through their hands and into the water, taking the creature with it. Just like me, people are still scratching their heads over this one. Close escape.
2 seconds will be winning.
A fisherman in India had an unexpected moment while fishing on his boat. While he was reaching his hand into the water, a shark suddenly came close and touched his hand. The fisherman was surprised by the encounter, and the force of the shark's movement caused him to almost fall into the water. Although this was an unexpected situation, the fisherman remained calm and focused. He managed to swim back to the boat without any injury. Despite the close encounter, he was able to get back to safety.
Get him, get him, get him, get him!
Friendly grouper. A A group of divers went underwater to explore the ocean. As they dove deeper, they saw a big grouper fish sitting calmly on the ocean floor. The divers were amazed by how large and calm the fish was. They got closer, expecting the fish to swim away like most sea creatures do, but instead, the grouper stayed in place. It seemed friendly and not scared of them. The divers carefully circled the fish, and it didn't move, just sat there, looking peaceful. This moment was special because it's rare to see a sea creature act this calmly around humans. The divers felt lucky to have had such a quiet and friendly encounter with the grouper fish. Giant whale shark. A group of people on a cruise saw something amazing. A giant whale shark, over 30 feet long, swimming nearby. The whale shark is known for being gentle and calm. It feeds by opening its huge mouth and filtering plankton and small fish from the water. The shark has a flat head and a blunt nose, which makes it easy to recognize. There are also small barbels near its nostrils, which help it find food. When the video was posted on Reddit, everyone was amazed at how peacefully the whale shark moved through the water. Massive catch. In Thailand back in 2023, a fisherman pulled in a jaw-dropping 297-pound fish. The size and weight of this giant made it nearly impossible to reel in. He tried again and again, but each attempt felt like the boat might tip over. The struggle was real, and at times, it seemed like he'd never get the fish aboard. After an exhausting battle, he finally succeeded, hauling the massive catch onto his boat. It may look easy, but the fisherman admitted it was one of the toughest challenges he's ever faced. And with a fish that big, who can blame him? Unexpected catch. Ever gone fishing for sardines and ended up with a big surprise? Well, that's exactly what happened to a group of Russian fishermen. While out on the water, their net felt unusually heavy, and they thought they'd hit the jackpot. But when they pulled it aboard, they found a sea lion tangled in their catch. Realizing the situation, the fishermen quickly shifted gears, focusing on the animal's safety. Despite the sea lion's size and strength, it stayed surprisingly calm, almost like it knew they meant no harm. Together, they carefully freed it from the net and sent it back to the sea. Lake Foss.
Oh my God!
While kayaking near Lake Foss, a man spotted a floating rope in the water. His curiosity got the best of him, and he grabbed it. But what happened next was downright chilling. The moment he touched the rope, a sharp-toothed creature shot up from beneath the water, catching him completely off guard. Its menacing silhouette emerged, its teeth glistening, though its full form was hidden beneath the surface. Terrified, the man quickly let go of the rope and paddled away, his heart racing. It was a close call, and he knew it.
Oh my God! That's a big ass gator, buddy.
Hammerhead catch.
That's insane, man.
If you have seen hammerhead sharks, you probably know they look absolutely fascinating. So just imagine how amazing it would be to actually catch one. But this one was different. Josh was fishing in Argentina in 2021 when he reeled in a hammerhead shark, but something about it was shocking. It was half-eaten. The bite marks were massive, clearly from another shark. What made it even more startling was that the wound looked fresh, with blood still dripping. It has made me wonder what kind of predator could take on such a powerful creature. Mysterious oarfish. Back in 2021, a 12-foot oarfish, often called the Harbinger of Doom, was found dead near La Jolla Cove, San Diego. This rare deep-sea creature is not usually seen in shallow waters. What's interesting is that a 4.6 magnitude earthquake shook Los Angeles just a few days after this.
They wash up on the beach, either before or after, depending on who you talk to, earthquake or major earthquake or a tsunami.
Many people think that it was caused by the oarfish's appearance. With its long, ribbon-like body and large eyes, this creature has fascinated people for centuries. Since 1901, only about 20 oarfish have washed up in California, and each time it has resulted in some Marlin's close call. Have you ever heard of a fisherman almost being hit by a giant fish? 3 men in Port Stephens, Australia, had a close call on New Year's Day. They were fishing from a boat called the Pump when one of them felt a strong pull on the line. As they reeled in the fish, it turned out to be a massive marlin. Suddenly, the marlin jumped out of the water and headed straight for the boat. It almost hit one of the men with its sharp bill, but luckily, it only struck him lightly before falling back into the sea. The moment, caught on video, showed just how risky fishing can be. Massive tarpon released. A group of friends were fishing in Bahia Solano, Colombia, when they hooked something huge. While chasing the sardine migration, they landed a massive tarpon over 300 pounds. The fight lasted nearly 2 hours, with each person struggling to reel it in. When they finally got the giant fish close, they were blown away by its size. After a quick photo, they decided to release it back into the ocean. It wasn't just about the catch, it was about respecting the ocean and letting this magnificent creature return home. Close call.
Well, this incredible video shows a very close call right off the coast of Massachusetts.
A biologist escaping the jaws of a great white shark.
A researcher was conducting a survey in the ocean and stood on a metal grill to observe the water more closely. While everything seemed fine at first, a shark suddenly appeared and attacked his feet. The researcher was surprised but reacted quickly, managing to stay safe. Although the shark's sudden movement was alarming, the man escaped safely. It also showed how important it is to stay alert when working near wild animals.
It happens so very quickly that there's not a lot that can go through my head than the fact that there's a shark with its mouth wide open, and I better step back.
Mermaid mystery.
The footage that caused an uproar in the United Kingdom last year when it was leaked to the media.
Back in 2021, a British Coast Guard's boat was patrolling near the UK coast when it was suddenly hit by something large and strange. The incident was caught on video, but the footage was old and blurry, making it hard to identify what caused the impact. On closer inspection, some people claimed the shape and movement in the clip looked like a mermaid. Others believed it could have been a large sea creature or even debris. Without any clear proof, the event left everyone guessing. The people on the boat really believe they had an encounter with a mermaid. But what do you think? Gentle giant.
Whoa!
Splashing in can be caused by a number of things, but this video reveals it could have been caused by a mermaid. This person was boating in the ocean when he saw splashes near his boat. He looked closer and spotted a large creature swimming nearby. The gentle creature moved slowly, creating small ripples in the water. It came closer to the boat, lightly bumping it as if exploring. For a moment, it seemed like the creature wanted to interact, and the person really thought it was some type of mermaid. But later, it was made clear that this was just a manatee. After a few more gentle splashes, the manatee quietly swam back into the depths.
I think that is a manatee.
Shark close call. This fisherman was kayaking in the ocean when he suddenly found himself surrounded by sharks. The sharks circled his kayak, getting closer and closer. The man quickly used his paddle to push them away, striking the water to keep them at a distance. Despite his efforts, the sharks didn't back off right away and kept approaching. The man continued to swing the paddle, doing his best to protect himself. Finally, after a tense few moments, the sharks swam away. It was a close call, and he learned how unpredictable the ocean can be. Honestly, I can't even imagine how terrifying that must have been. Rare ocean find. A commercial fishing boat recently caught a giant oarfish measuring 4.5 meters long. The crew was amazed when they pulled this long, shiny fish out of the water. One fisherman carefully measured it, noticing the fish's silvery scales shining in the sunlight. Oarfish are usually deep-sea creatures and are rarely seen near the surface. which made this catch very unusual. These fish, often called sea serpents, can grow even bigger, up to 11 meters. Although this one was caught by accident, it gave everyone a unique opportunity to see an ocean mystery up close. Jungle Mystery. In the dense Congo jungle, a strange creature was spotted that looked unlike anything anyone had ever seen before. Some described it as resembling a dinosaur. It means it does have a long neck, a strong body, and scaly skin. Its features appeared ancient, as if it were from a time long ago, out of place in the modern world. Witnesses said it moved slowly and gracefully, towering over the surrounding plants. Its massive size made it stand out. Could this be an undiscovered species or something from a much earlier time? Mermaid tail discovery. The most fascinating part of the mermaid is its tail, right? What if I told you it was actually recently discovered? Back in 2021, a woman recently stumbled upon a mermaid's tail, and it actually looked very real. Though it was decaying, its features were unmistakable, raising many eyebrows. Mermaids, half woman, half fish creatures, have appeared in stories for centuries. While many consider mermaids to be pure legend, this rare discovery left people questioning whether there could be some truth behind the myths. It's fascinating to think that something so mythical could have a real connection to the past. Personally, I find it both very intriguing. Needlefish catch. Could a fish be the size of a needle? Well, that depends how big a needle are we talking about. This person recently caught a small fish with a long mouth, which turned out to be a needlefish. Needlefish are known for their slim bodies and sharp, needle-like mouths. They mostly eat smaller fish, but some also feed on small crustaceans and tiny sea creatures like krill. These fish live in warm, tropical, and subtropical waters, and can be found near coral reefs, lagoons, and shallow coasts. They're fast swimmers and can dart quickly through the water to catch their prey. This fish's unique shape and speed make it an interesting creature to encounter. Marlin Pierce's fishing boat. Off Samarinda's coast in Indonesia, the fishing boat Armada 828 faced a jaw-dropping surprise. Out of nowhere, a marlin, yes, the sleek, speedy fish with a sword-like beak, went on the attack. It charged the boat and actually punctured the hull with its pointed beak. Water started leaking in, leaving the crew scrambling to stay afloat. It's hard to believe, right? But this rare encounter shows just how powerful and unpredictable nature can be. Luckily, the crew acted fast, saving the day. Still, who knew fishing could get this intense? Giant hammerhead.
Here he goes! He just hit the bottom of the boat!
A group of friends fishing at sea spotted a half-dead fish drifting on the surface. Thinking it was harmless, one reached out to grab it, but just as his hand got close, a massive 14-foot hammerhead shark shot up from the depths. In one swift move, it snatched the fish right out of his grasp and vanished into the deep. The sheer size and speed of the shark left everyone frozen in shock. It's a moment they'll never forget. Proof that the ocean always has the last word. Freddy Krueger. A fisherman in Krabi Province, southern Thailand, reeled in a fish that looked like Freddy Krueger. The strange catch, found in brackish waters near the sea, had black, bead-like eyes and a face resembling an angry man, complete with gnarled skin and a wide mouth. At first, he thought it was just a clump of muddy leaves, but the unsettling features quickly became clear. He carefully separated the bizarre fish from the others, and then placed it in its own basket and hurried home. They were curious about his unusual find, so he showed it to friends, hoping someone could identify the creepy-looking creature. But even now, no one has been able to find out what this thing was. Terrifying chases. In 2021, a fisherman in Rio Grande do Sul, Brazil, had a terrifying encounter he'll never forget. While speeding his boat across the water, a strange creature with glowing eyes started chasing him. Yes, chasing him. He caught it on video. 47 seconds of pure nightmare fuel. The creature jumped out of the water about 10 times, its glowing eyes locking onto the camera like something out of a horror movie. The fisherman swears it tried to attack. It looked a bit like a dolphin, but way scarier. You decide. Massive shark. A group of fishermen were cruising through the ocean when they spotted a giant shark swimming nearby. Its size was incredible, unlike anything they had ever seen. The massive shark glided smoothly through the water, leaving everyone amazed by its presence. And let me tell you, it wasn't just an ordinary shark. It was much larger. The fishermen couldn't stop watching as the shark moved amazingly. Its size really made it unforgettable. Later, when the footage was shared online, many viewers suggested it could be a basking shark. To me, it looks quite unreal. Unexpected bite.
Oh! Shark bite!
In this clip, Josh was fishing by the water when he successfully caught a fish. As he was admiring his catch, suddenly a large predator appeared and struck the fish, taking a huge bite out of it. In a blink, the fisherman was left holding only half of the fish. He was shocked by the size of the bite and the speed with which the predator attacked. The whole situation was so sudden that he had no time to react. Anything could have gone wrong in this situation.
Guys, this fish is still alive, and this thing just got eaten in half.
Megalodon sighting. While a Coast Guard was working near the Brazilian coast, he saw something huge in the water. A large shadow moved beneath the surface, and it turned out to be a megalodon. This giant fish, one of the biggest predators in history, could grow up to 18 meters long, much bigger than a great white shark. It was even as big as a whale shark, which can reach up to 18.8 meters. I am amazed by the size of the creature. It moved quickly and disappeared into the deep water. Now this was a strange and surprising moment, because the megalodon is supposed to be extinct. Could this be proof it's actually still out there? Massive tuna catch.
Oh, that's a big fish in the box right there.
Moving on, this group of fishermen had an exciting day when they caught a huge tuna, weighing between 100 and 150 pounds. This was a very big catch for them, and something they would never forget. Tuna are known for being strong and big, so landing one this size is not easy. It was thrilling for the fishermen to reel in such a large fish, especially since tuna are so powerful. The excitement grew as they saw how big and heavy the tuna was. Catching a tuna like this is rare, so I am sure the fishermen were proud of their accomplishment. Mysterious sea find. Back in September of 2017, the Iranian Navy found a giant, strange carcass floating in the Persian Gulf. It was so unusual that no one could figure out what it was. Some experts thought it might be a dinosaur-like creature, while others wondered if it was a whale that had been badly damaged. The smell from the carcass was so strong that it spread over a large area. Biologists began looking at pictures to figure out what kind of animal it could be. The size and look of the creature raised many questions, but no one had the answers. What do you think it was? Crocodile encounter. Now this is one encounter that is just unforgettable. One day, a man was fishing when he felt an unexpected strong pull on his line. At first, he thought it was a big fish, but then he realized something much larger was attached. It was a crocodile. Can you imagine? The huge reptile started circling the boat, possibly seeing it as prey. The man could feel the tension in the air as the crocodile swam around. The situation was intense. Eventually, the crocodile moved away, but not without giving the fisherman a scare of his life. Giant stingray. In Cambodia's Mekong River, a fisherman caught a giant freshwater stingray, and you would be surprised to know that this was the largest freshwater fish ever recorded. The creature was huge, surprising both the local people and scientists. To keep the stingray safe, it was placed carefully in a water-filled sheet to avoid harm. This thing was just huge. Scientists studied the stingray to learn more about it, and then made sure to release it back into the river, where it belonged. Mermaid sighting. Here we have another clip of a mermaid that was seen and filmed in Indonesia, which caused a lot of excitement among locals who really believe in mermaid legends. The creature was spotted making splashes in the water with its large, graceful tail. As it moved, it created ripples around it. The mermaid's body shimmered in a beautiful zinc color, almost glowing in the light. Its scales sparkled like glitter, reflecting all the colors of the water. The mermaid's appearance seemed magical, as if it belonged in a fairy tale. I wonder if this is actually real or someone in a costume. The subscriber's pick. In this clip, captured deep in the Pacific Ocean, a huge creature was seen. It looked like the mythical Cthulhu, with bright red eyes that glowed in the dark water. Its body was rough and textured, giving it an ancient and scary look. It had many large tentacles that moved carefully, almost like an octopus. But its size and strange features made it different from anything anyone had seen before. It looks kind of like a baby kraken, or could this just be another undiscovered species? Let me know in the comments what you think.